Greetings. Okay, give me a minute, y'all, real quick. Right. All right, y'all. Okay, so happy Friday, everybody. I hope everybody's doing good. It's probably been a day for some of y'all because I don't know, it's a holiday. Well, all right. Okay, so I'm a little late. I apologize. My apologies, y'all. Excuse me. Okay. Yeah, it has been a day, y'all. I have family over, so um hopefully it won't be too loud. Okay. Okay. All right, so we can go ahead and get started. Okay, I hope everybody's doing well. Um, and for those of you that don't know the topic that we're talking about, we're going to be talking about self-love and self-worth, but not in like that traditional just beating you over the head type of vibe, but from a perspective, Oshun perspective. So some of you guys may not be familiar with who Oshun is. Oshun is a Yoruba goddess, um, very popular goddess. Some of you guys may have heard of Oshun through different forms, maybe in entertainment, things like that, popularized in music, movies. I think Oshun is mentioned in the TV series, or it's like a remake of a Spike Lee movie. She's Gotta Have It, I believe, in that series, Netflix series. It came out around the time, probably around like 2020 on Netflix. She mentions Oshun, even burns an Oshun candle. So she's mentioned, I believe Yemoya is even mentioned in that series as well. Um, and then of course Beyonce. A lot of people have heard about Oshun through Beyonce. A lot of people don't do a good job of explaining Oshun's energy. They tend to demonize it, especially if it, comes out of uh, it comes out as an example for the entertainment industry and why it's evil and blah blah blah. So you might hear her name thrown around in that sense. But for those of you that know, you know. Um, so I'm kind of gonna express the characteristics that maybe you carry as well, the characteristics of Oshun's energy and others in yourself. I remember I encountered, first time I've ever heard of the name Oshun was a long time ago, back in the day. I'm talking like this was the movie Love Jones, where he, in the movie Love Jones, Lorenz Tate's character recites a poem for Nia Long's character in the movie. It's like kind of like in the first couple of scenes of the movie. He does this poem for her and he references Oshun. I mean, it's almost like you can't mention Oshun without Yemoya. They go together, they go hand in hand. He does mention Yemoya's energy as well. But that's the first time I've ever heard that name, Oshun. Um, my first awareness or encounter with Oshun, I seen like that I was like acknowledging it because at the time that um I had seen this figure or this woman that reminded me, it was a lot going on at that time. Like, mind you, every time I'm in LA, say Love Jones, yeah. The first time that I've like paid attention and like really noticed her energy because she's been around, like that essence, that energy has been around all my life, I would say, through many different forms and people and women. But there was this one particular woman that stood out to me. Um, this was around the time where Nipsey Hussle had passed, and his marathon store was closed but not completely shut down. It was like you couldn't shop there, but you could still go up there and like pay your respects and things like that. And I went out there. I can't remember what reason it was, but I know I went with two friends of mine, and we went up there to pay our respects. And it was like a lot of people out there that night. They had candles, people were pouring libations, like it was a lot going on. And there was this woman that just came out of nowhere, and she had like this bright yellow shirt or something on. She had, I think she had peacock. She had something peacock. It was something that was really loud. Like I wouldn't wear it, I wouldn't wear nothing like that. But she had on like some peacock leggings or something. She was like, she just stood out, and she had her dog with her. And me and my friend was like, that was like Oshun's energy. Like, I don't know, I feel like that was just like something. It was weird. Like we both like peeped that. It was weird. Um, and it's not like we go around just like, or me or her just going around saying like, oh, that's this, that's that. Like it wasn't that type of energy. It was just like we just acknowledged it. It's just that. Same trip, same trip. I remember crossing like the railroad tracks. Like we were driving past a railroad track and we were at a stoplight, and a man with a top hat, like kind of like he looked a little pimp, in LA. We in LA. It was like an older man. He had like a pimp hat on or whatever. Um, and we were both like, I don't know. We was just Papa Egg, like Elegua energy, Papa Elegua. It was like the vibe or something. I can't remember what he had on exactly, but we just kind of, it was just a lot going on at that time, energetically and spiritually. It was just a lot. So that was like the first time I really paid attention to Oshun's energy. Like I've heard of Oshun. I've had people say like, you're an Oshun's daughter. And I guess like at that time I wasn't ready to acknowledge the energy or work with it, or I didn't really fully understand it. So it would just kind of pursue me throughout the years. Um, but yeah, so Oshun's energy to me, you can find Oshun's energy in just about anything. Um, Oftentimes, like what I gather from children of Oshun, whether it's a daughter or son of Oshun, they're very sweet people, very loving people, but they do have a temperament. But usually that's because you got to bring them to that. They're very loyal. They don't play about the people that they love and care about. In their shadow, they can be a little bit materialistic, a little vain. They're usually very attractive people. But one thing that it resonates with the story of Oshun, where um, Oshun, it was like the gods were discussing, like, particular things, and they had mentioned that we don't really need Oshun, like we don't need her, like, and Oshun overheard this. Long story short, it was like, okay, bet, and removed her energy from the land, and they went through this drought because she wasn't there, and they were like, we gotta go. I think they went to the rainbow serpent. Um, they went to him. I believe it was him that they were like, what are we gonna do? We need to fix this. We need to like straighten this out. Um, so Oshun, because her energy was not being appreciated, they thought they can do it without her, turned a blind eye to her, whatever. She caused the drought because she is the goddess of the river. So, and sweetness and honey. And she was also poisoned. There's a myth of her being poisoned as well by honey. So it is said when you offer her something, specifically when you offer her honey, you do need to taste it before you offer it to her. So kind of same thing, like a lot of people I believe that are children of Oshun, they are used to maybe like being taken advantage of. Um, People kind of like um, taking their kindness for weakness at times. Oshun also can be quite chaotic when it comes to love and romance, like when it comes to those that she loves. Oshun wasn't always like this glamorous goddess either. She had to work her way towards that. There's a myth around or a tale around her earning money from her day's work and losing it into the water, and coins being like available, like abundance of coins. She found an abundance of them, and instead of like being greedy and taking more than what she had lost, she only took what she had lost from her day's work, and that's what made her blessed. So there's so many things about Oshun's energy. We're not going to take too much time going into that, but I do want to highlight um, her her essence and how it may manifest as far as like people that have been betrayed or backstabbed by people, um, overlooking. Hey, Christina, rich in spirit. Okay, rich in spirit and rich in cash. Okay, got you. Okay, no problem. I'll leave the timestamps for the Venus on the Blocks reading so you guys can come back and watch it whenever you need it. I just need to, yeah, I'll remember. Hey, Ashley, how are you? Okay, I got y'all. Um, we'll get to like which Venus on the Block reading you guys wanted and all of that. So I'll have that documented. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I didn't want to spend too much time. There's a lot of information about Oshun and her energy, and also like how to identify, you know, some people say you have to be initiated and things like that. Some people say just Oshun, you know, the Orishas choose you, right? You don't choose them, they choose you. Um, but I did want to highlight just that particular tale of how the gods discussed that they just didn't need her, and how they just try to X her out. And when she overheard this and when she caught wind, she was like, okay, bet, removed her energy. And that's what caused a major drought in the land. So it's like sometimes you got to remove your energy. Um, where places where people or relationships or connections where people do not appreciate you. And it's not out of spite. It's just you have to know the value of what you're worth and what you bring to this world. And if people don't appreciate that, and it could be too like people coming back begging you, apologizing, people that did you wrong, did things, said things that were, demeaning towards you, or that you to insinuate you were lesser than, or you're just not needed, you're not enough. Um, and when you removed your energy, you just kind of walked away. Those same people may have, come to realize like, okay, you are worthy. This person did bring value. They did add something of substance, or, something that I needed, and then there comes the appreciation that very well could be um, the situation. So it's more so to speak about this and how to value your worth, or to understand it in a way that you'll never just allow people to play in your face ever again, you know, um, to where you get to that confident space where you say it's their loss. It's not my loss, it's their loss. And it's not to be like cocky. It's just, it is what it is. When you know what you bring and enrich and sweeten people's lives. That's another thing I want to talk about as far as like Oshun's children. They are sweethearts. They are very compassionate people, empathic people. Like they give me like animal lover vibes or environmentalist vibes. Um, those that are, love their family, love their friends, love their lovers to death. If somebody plays in their face or their family's face, they're most likely the ones that's going to go off. That doesn't mean, because I noticed this too about The children of Oshun also may have in their youth been very irresponsible, sometimes very um, immature or selfish at times. There is a tendency to be selfish, to be very careless, very reckless, maybe even in relationships, past betrayals, may have been cheated on. Like there's these situations that I feel like that you can take from Oshun's story, the tales around her relationships, the metaphors, and apply it to like everyday life. So let's go ahead and get into it. We're not going to get too deep. I'm not, just scratching the surface here a little bit, but just to give it a bit of context. Like I said, if you guys want to learn more about Oshun and the other Orishas that you're drawn to for whatever particular reason, you can very well do your research on your own time. And some of you guys, um, you're already well connected. Okay. So let's go ahead and tap in. I'm going to do a collective read for us. Okay. Um, Let me get the timestamps and we can get started. Okay, give me a second here because we want to get the timestamps. Okay. All right. So I'm going to be using this deck, Secrets of Paradise Tarot and the Faces of Oshun Oracle deck for the reading. Okay. All right. So first things first. So the intention of this reading is for those that may have felt overlooked, maybe even undervalued, misused in love. Your visibility, maybe you're a very attractive person and you feel like that's all people see, or you feel like people just kind of underestimate you because of your attractiveness, um, kind of treat you like property, things like that. So this is for those that are, like I said, felt undervalued, overlooked in some kind of way, or misused, mistreated, betrayed, um, casted out. So this is meant to help us reclaim, our divine magnetism, our sensual power, unapologetically, though. Um, so if you need any reminder, that being soft, being sweet, being sensuous, does not mean that you're available to the undeserving, or that the undeserving necessarily deserves you. So this is a lesson learned for a lot of us, that you don't owe people anything, right? You don't owe everybody a piece of you, a piece of your essence. And it's definitely not a weakness to be sweet. It's not a weakness to be soft. It's not a weakness to be sensual either. It's not a crime. It's not a sin. Okay. So let's step in. Let's get to it. All right. Before I do, I almost forgot. I did not light my candle because we were outside at the pool and I took a little nap and I almost forgot that I had to go live. I'm like, I woke up like, what the fuck? I didn't know what day or what time it was. I just didn't know. Okay. All right. And self-love work does not have to be a chore or heavy because I know, like, sometimes watching readings, it can be heavy sometimes if a person is only talking about, and so my readings, they tend to go there, they highlight the things that you can work on and do better within yourself, or some shadow work. Like that's just me as a messenger, like that. I don't just leave it at, oh, that's it. Okay, bye. Have a nice day. Tell your future, hey, have fun. Like it's gonna go a little deeper. And I understand like nowadays because it's a lot going on in the world. It's a lot of heaviness. It's been heavy for the past few years. So I can get why some people want to escape a little bit. They like a little entertainment. They like a little drama. They don't want to deal too much with themselves in a sense of like, especially if it feels overwhelming. It's like, I just want to escape. I just want something to bring me comfort right now. So, which is why I feel like some people kind of look at readings for entertainment, not really so much for spiritual work and things like that. Um, so I can definitely understand and have compassion and hold space for people. So when I do messages, it is gonna get down to the nitty gritty, but I want to tap into things in a way that it's not so heavy and where you look at self love or inner work as like this chore, this heavy thing to be dealt with, or that something to avoid. You know what I mean? So hopefully that makes sense. Okay. All right, so let's tap in. All right, so let's see what is the energy, the sweetness, that softness, that sensuous energy, that nature that you carry that has been taken for granted. So, what is it that your sweetness is or carries that maybe has been or maybe still being taken for granted? Spirit, Mama Oshun, thank you. Our divine ancestors, our spiritual guides who lovingly guide us and assist us. Ask for divine wisdom, truth, and clarity. Ask for divine protection to surround those who are meant to receive this message. Oshun's children, we send love, light, and peace. Ask for permission and truth and clarity for those who are meant to receive it. Amen. Ashe. What is the sweetness, the softness that may still be taken for granted? Okay. Sometimes, like your thoughts might be used against you. Um, you're somebody that maybe I'm hearing like the people that have $1 million ideas, like those people that just have great ideas that you could capitalize off of. And sometimes people might gaslight your ideas, maybe ways to make money or ways to enrich your life and others. If somebody has like a limited way of thinking, or maybe somebody that wants what you have, they want to be the one to kind of take your ideas from you. I get a lot of gaslighting. Um, so you get taken advantage. Your sweetness is like your ability to, or one of the ways, but like the biggest way I feel like that you're taken for granted is that part of you that has these great ideas, big plans, or you're somebody that may have like one particular thing that you believe in that you can see growing, something that may lead to stability or something abundant, and someone might be intimidated or people that are intimidated by this. um it's kind of like split, like between people that just don't see it because they're limited in themselves, so they kind of speak against it and get in your head on purpose to discourage you, or it's like people that can see the blessing in it and are kind of jealous and kind of want the idea for themselves or wish they came up with it. Yeah, or wish somebody else came up with the idea. um and it's funny because this woman in this car that's dancing, she's performing. She has a yellow dress on. I believe this is someone that is honoring Oshun. So, hey sis. So this energy is like, I feel you're already well connected to Oshun's energy, whether you realize it or not. Um, you embody this energy gracefully, and I feel like you inspire. You're a creative person. People may want to invest in you in different ways, maybe not like financially all the time, um or just that. It could be other ways that people like want to get to know you. They want to be your friend, they want to be your lover, they want to connect or associate with you. And I feel like that intimidates people that may even be one of those people that admire you and want to be connected to you, but at the same time there's a jealousy, there's a slight hateration, like a love hate type of vibe, from this. Or this is what people kind of try to get in your head, like, oh, oh, that's never gonna work, and this and that. And I feel like people kind of assume that you're a bit too open sometimes, to the point where they would say you're probably naive, you know. So, but you're not, because I feel you guys are very intelligent, you're very smart. Typically, you're very confident in yourself, but it's like, who is this energy? Let me see. Hey, Janaea. Yeah. At the right time, divine right time. Yeah. Yeah, this is truth. Ace of Swords. Like, they know what you're bringing to the table, and it's like, if they live in a poverty mindset, um, they don't have to be in poverty, but they just believe in lack, or just nothing ever works out. Something just trying to cut me off, child. Nothing ever works out for them, so they're like, oh, that's just too unrealistic. Or they're jealous that somebody like you could come up with something like this, because maybe they look at you as like, we're in the same boat, or we both didn't have this or have that, or we're struggling. So for you to be like, I see myself doing this, and I see myself helping, because there's something about you wanting to help people too. And they might be like kind of jealous that you could even think big in your circumstance that you're in. Like, you're looking far ahead of time. You're thinking prophetically. You're not thinking about the right now. It's like you are thinking about the expansion of your future in spite of where you are, and they just can't see that, you know. Um, so yeah. All right. So let's see, where are you being called to walk away and let this drought teach some motherfuckers some things. Okay. Let's see, your own personal little drought, child. Like, where are you being called to walk away from it? Some of you it's definitely work. Some of you it's a romantic relationship. Um, yeah. Some of you for sure it's like what you do, like your job where you're at, like your skill sets and things like that. It may be kind of undermined. You're not getting the correct amount of compensation that you deserve too. It's like being paid for less than what you are deserving, and maybe you don't see that yet. You're just like, well, some of you is like, I love this place, I love where I work, I love what I do. Especially if you're a musician, it's like who you're working around, or the gigs that you're going to. um yeah, like if you play instruments, you might do things for like production, like plays, churches, concert shows, things like that. Like, you're doing something in production, and for some of you, it's just like your gifts and talents. You're utilizing it, and it's like spirit saying it's time to think bigger. So maybe some of the venues, some of the people that you're working with, or the particular department or company, there's something about expanding, and I feel like this. So when you leave, best believe they're going to know that they're going to be heavily affected by you not being there. It's going to put a real uh it's going to be a big loss. Let's just say that it's going to be a great loss for you. Not for you, a great loss when it comes to you leaving this job environment. Now, for some of you, it's not work, could be work and additional too, but there's also here where you're being called to walk away is a relationship that is not equal. This can be romantic. I feel like first and foremost, it is romantic, but for some of you, it's a connection with a person or people, because it might not just be one person that kind of jealous. I keep getting this jealousy energy. Like, you could definitely be with a partner and they be jealous of you. Like, it's not far fetched. Partner that kind of is jealous of your shine, jealous of your confidence, jealous of your magnetism, jealous of the way that you flow, how you do things, like your positivity, how people gravitate in a way, like your magnetism. There's jealousy around that. And this person, for some of you guys know that you know that you need to leave a situation alone, but some of you, you're not ready to do that. You don't want to yet. Even if this is hurting you, because I feel like this person is verbally abusive. They blame things on you. Like whatever's not working in their life, they find a way to blame you. They find a way to blame whoever. And because like you guys live together, or because you're together with this person, or this is like your family member, something like is a closeness, whatever doesn't work, they blame you for it. They also, like, if you were to come home and say, oh, this beautiful thing happened to me today, this person would feel some type of way. They would make you feel like shit for even bringing it up. They might say something real smart, condescending. It's almost like you're just supposed to wallow in sadness with them, like misery loves company. And because you're not wanting to be in the company of misery, they attack you for that. So that is another energy. So by you leaving, they're not gonna know what the fuck to do. They're not gonna know what to do without your light. They're not gonna know what to do. Like they're gonna have to face themselves. That's this is the other scenario of a drought that this scenario um would encounter, is that when you extract your energy from these connections or this relationship, it's going to leave this person feeling um kind of lost, but may force them to have to face themselves, because they're not going to have a punching bag, and they're not going to have someone to blame all of their problems on, or be an excuse to say, oh, everybody's life is working, but not mine. They're not going to have that around. They're not going to have that type of, they're not going to be able to live in that lie. They're not going to be able to use that as their excuse for not moving forward in life, or use that as an excuse to not make changes or do better. It's like your absence, you're removing your energy, their drought is going to fill it um, in a way that's going to make them have to face themselves. Now, there's someone here too, and this feels more platonic, where there's someone that does appear to be very confident, very cocky, maybe older than you, someone that appears to have more than you. Um, when you remove yourself from this relationship with that particular person, they're also, because their ego is fragile, they benefit from you thinking that you're lesser than them, or you don't know as much, or they're like this high and mighty person. Oh, because you're my sister, because you're my aunt, or because you're my mom, or my mentor, or my friend that's older, or has more than me, has been here, has this, has that. This person has a fragile ego. So like if you stop fucking with them, or you put up a boundary with them and start focusing on your own energy and building yourself up to where it's like you don't need them, because it does feel like this energy like you need me. But it's like, no, not really, no. Um Once you remove yourself, this person is gonna feel some type of way, because they're not gonna have someone to like pretend that they're that person, like, oh yeah, when I went to college, it's, there's nothing wrong with going to college, but it's like something about it feels braggadocious. Like maybe, oh, I have this degree, and oh yeah, I went to Paris for like 2 weeks, and I spoke perfect, French, and everyone was just like, oh my God, oh yeah, I dated plenty of millionaires, it's like that type of energy. Like, or when you say something, it's like a one up, or you'll understand when you're wiser, when you're older, you'll understand, if you've been where I've been, you'll get that experience too. It's like that. And then when let's say you got something going for yourself, and you tell them about it, not to brag, they'll be like, oh, really? Well, I remember the first time that I got a Tesla, and I was the only one in my neighborhood, the only person I knew that had a Tesla. It's like shit like that, Um, it's that type of energy. It could even be a little spiritual too. I feel like, yeah, I went to Egypt, and I went to this temple, and I got this meditation. I did a past life, and they told me I was Cleopatra in my past life, and I was highly revered, and this and that. And it's just, it's just that type of shit. If you're someone that comes off as like, I need clarity, I need understanding of who I am, or you go to this person like, hey sis, like, when you went to Egypt, like, what was it like? Like, did you do this? Did you do that? Well, you'll understand later when you like when you actually go, or if you ever do go. I can't really explain it to you, because it's just an experience that you just have to be there. Like me and my other friends, the other ones that we all have these amazing jobs, and all this and that, but you'll understand later. It's just not your time. Or, you would have confidence too if you did this or you did that. It's not like in a means to help you, but if you don't have a certain level of self-awareness or confidence in yourself, you'll take this as this person's helping me. But it's really condescending if you pay attention to it. Like, oh, that was cute, but I would do it like this. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, that's nice, but I have this, or I already been there, done that. Oh, it could be something so simple like, oh, girl, have you tried this wine? "Ah, yes, I had it. But it's not really that good. It's kind of cheap. I had this other wine. It's like $60, almost $120, and like it's just like ugly energy. This person, whoever this is, because it's not bonding. It could come off like bonding in a way, but if you don't pay attention, because it might make you feel bad. That's how you know. Um, it's how you know something is off. Excuse a little the theatrical accent, but child, like that's what's given. It's like it's given bougie, and they don't have to talk like that in that tone, but like the energy, how they come at you, the one upping, the bragging, the kind of trying to put you in this level of you're not right where they are, they're above you. You'll understand once you get to that, but they don't want you to get to certain levels. Like some of you guys might have a cat or a dog or both that are drawn to certain flowers, maybe like lavenders, sunflowers, but you guys have a alluring energy that draws a lot of people in, and that doesn't mean that every person that's drawn to you has your best interest. So this person, like I said, the one that you have some sort of platonic connection with, it feels like a feminine energy. When you remove yourself from this person, their level of so-called confidence is not going to be there. It's like this is a person that's very materialistic, that leans on their titles, their job titles, their degrees, their cars, their houses, where their travel, who they know. And if you strip that from them, where is their real identity? Where's their real confidence lie? And I feel like when you remove yourself, when you're no longer that goalpost of, like, for them to look at somebody that's lesser than, or someone that may look up to them, where they kind of look at you as like, oh, this is my little student. Oh, this is my little puppy. He or she is not quite there yet. So it makes that ego inside of them feel good, to feel like they have more, they know more, they've been more places or something. Like it's that. And when you take your energy out of the picture, then it's like they don't have anybody to be that mirror, that fake mirror, mirror, who's the most fairest of them all. They're not going to have you to be that for them, to make them feel like the fairest. This feels like kind of like The Coven. If you guys seen the American Horror Story, that season of The Coven, and I can't remember the actress name. I believe it's Jessica Lange. I could be wrong. The older woman, she was like the head honcho, the witch of the coven. And somebody called her out for that, like this energy of like it's the way they said it. Like it's basically this kind of energy, like keeping people beneath, because she doesn't want to lose that title of being the head witch, and everybody's like, well, who's the next supreme? Who's the next supreme witch? And it's like this, she unalive one of the girls because she thought that she saw herself in her and she felt threatened, and she was hanging out with her to get closer, but she really was trying to take her out because she was so jealous of her, and saw herself in her, like, this girl's gonna take my spot as the head witch. So her jealousy consumed her. Instead of taking that girl into her wing and embracing her, it's like, I'm gonna pretend that I'm helping her, that I'm cool with her, I'm her friend, I'm her mentor. But she unalived her, And one of the the root worker witches brought her back to life, but she wasn't even the supreme in the end. It was just like, you did all of that for nothing, sis. Like, jealousy will fuck people's heads up, child. It's a dangerous energy. All right, so Mama Oshun, what do you want this collective to reclaim about their divine energy, their divine essence? Cards is already coming out, and it almost fell on the floor. We can't have that. Can't have that now. Okay. Yeah, you attract a lot of. I'm getting for the ladies or those that if you are um, same sex dating, like with men, um, male and male relationships, and also heterosexual, where the feminine or women energies attracts these lost ashore ass motherfuckers. Like I'm looking for somewhere to land, and your voice, your energy, your essence. So it is given a little bit of mermaid energy, siren energy coming through as well. But Oshun has that softness, that allure that calls people in. But I feel like you're this voice that, or your energy, your essence, um, causes these lost energies to be attracted, looking for somewhere to land, looking to make sense. Um, Spirit wants you to reclaim that you do have a powerful essence and energy, and to know not to use it as a weapon nor let it be your weakness, because you are very powerful and sovereign when you're confident, when you know yourself, when you know how to tame your ego, and you know how to handle other people's ego that they try to throw at you, um, when you stand on that. And it's something about dance, like moving your body, no matter what shape you are. Something about the movement in your hips is powerful. It's energetically, it shifts something. The way that you walk is alluring or powerful. You have a powerful walk. Um, Something about your feet. Like when you walk, it's not, I mean, it's graceful, it's sexy, but it's also kind of like it's loud. So like when you walk, people hear it. Like you might have like, I'm hearing heavy hands. So like you could fight. Some of y'all can fight where it's like when you walk, people hear it. So it could be like if you have heels or you have boots, if you have just flat shoes on, you're just walking around, like you have, I guess what some of us, like what my people say, they say like you got heavy feet. But I feel like that's something about a powerful energy, or something about your walk, your essence is powerful. They also want you to reclaim this about your energy as well, is because like spirit is going to, your divine self, your highest self, like Oshun is saying that instead of your voice, like just because like someone that's lost at sea comes towards the mermaid doesn't mean that necessarily she has to entertain them. Sometimes it's a trap. It's a sign of danger. It's not always meant to be something to swim towards, right? So when just because certain people are drawn to you, attracted to you, want to connect. Hey sis, how you doing? Hey boo, happy Venus Day. Just because like people come to you, not just romantically, doesn't mean that they deserve your energy or your attention. Sometimes it's a trap, sometimes it's danger ahead. So rather, that just calling to everybody and being everything for everyone and holding space for everyone, even those that don't hold space for themselves or never will. It's like you got to be discerning and wise and not feel bad about it. Because there's going to come a time, and this is what Oshun's energy is saying, there will come a time where someone's going to meet you where you are and give to you in a way that you're not used to, because you're so used to giving it to everybody else. You're so used to maybe giving everybody else a chance or a break, that you're not used to someone extending that same amount of compassion, love, grace, understanding towards you, where someone is going to meet you where you are. And it could be for a lot of you in love relation, um, but also just kindness from people, it will feel foreign to you at first. Um, yeah. Hey Haley, how are you? All right, so let's see what else Mama Oshun talking about. All right, because I'm gonna clarify this with the oracle, but for now we're just gonna stick to the tarot. Okay. So another thing that's important is tapping into your inner beauty, sensuality, and power. How can you, in a practical way, I guess, tend to it? You know, that's not like a chore, but like fun or just natural, something that you can do on a regular. What's the way that you can tend to your inner beauty, sensuality, and your power, your magnetism? Okay. It's definitely an energy of flow. Definitely an energy of flow. And I get that it could be it could be something with water, like water sports or something, or water activities. Like if you were a kid that loved to swim, loved to scuba dive or something, or play boats. Like, you know, like some kids like in the bathtub, like they have boats and stuff, or like playing with mermaid Barbies or dolls in the water. Like I remember back in the day, me and my cousin had these Barbies. They're like little mermaid Barbies. And we used to play with them in the ice. That was one of my favorite. I just thought, damn, I just thought about that. Like when I was a kid, we loved it. Whether we were in a bathtub or we like made a sink pool of like a pool of water in the sink, or we had like the little Barbie pools or whatever, like that was a thing. So it could be something healing with water in like a child like way, or like water sports, or um get yourself a floaty and like have yourself a drink, like if you can, or go to the beach and like um if you have kids, do some sort of water sports, get a water slide, get like a little kiddie pool. If you have kids that you can go to the beach with, like make some sandcastles, something, um, something connected with water sports and like child like energy, playfulness. When you go to work, because some of you guys, like your job is very stressful for some of you. Spirit saying have fun with your work attire. Incorporate, because I keep getting this ocean like water, mermaid goddess type vibe, or like if you are masculine energy, something that looks like sailor type of attire, like almost, I don't know, like your tie could be like a marine type of style or something, because I'm seeing like a sailor type of look or fit. Maybe the colors, like something with pastels, or like what's that, fluorescent, kind of like that. It's a word and I cannot think of it. Could even be like silk material, satin material, but it has like a fluorescent type of texture or effect. Some of you guys, um, the inner work itself could be like, how am I, like, what am I taking on that feels like a chore, that's heavy to me, that I could, you know, flow into this, flow into it and not take too much of my energy, where I'm not overextending. Because I think about this woman, like lately, this woman has been on my mind. Like recently, it was a woman that had, she had made a post on Facebook, I believe, saying that she's tired because she was a hustler. Like she was an entrepreneur. She had many different things. She had wore many hats career wise, and she was exhausted and tired, and that was her last social media post because she had passed away in her sleep. um so not saying that that's going to happen to anybody, but it's just, I feel like sometimes spirit uses certain things, you know, other people's life stories to be a message for the collective. Like you really have to prioritize rest, and rest is not always just getting in the bed and going to sleep, because I've learned that rest sometimes, like even if you're sleeping, you're not resting. Like sometimes you toss and turn in your sleep, you're not rested, or you're constantly having all these dreams and stuff. And when you wake up, you don't feel refreshed, you don't feel rejuvenated, like you don't feel like you got your 8 hours in, even if you did. Sometimes it's diet, sometimes it's, mentally going to bed with a lot on your mind, not praying, not meditating, not sitting with yourself, releasing, having an outlet. You just go to bed with all that stress, all that energy on you. So rest sometimes is just like being still, like doing something that you actually enjoy, that puts your body, your nervous system at ease, um kicking your feet up. Some of you guys may need to drink some coconut water, because I keep picking this up in my readings. Coconut water is coming through a lot, and coconut water is very good for head washes as well. So some of you guys, this is like, again, if y'all hear me saying this multiple times, it is a sign. Like you may need to do a head wash with some coconut water. You can use coconut water alone, but sometimes you can add hyssop in there and set the intention to cleanse your mind. And even rosemary is good. Like you can use rosemary water to cleanse and wash your hair, not frequently all the time, but that does also help with spiritual cleansing mentally, clearing your mind, your head, um, clearing any negative energies or thoughts around you mentally. Okay. Okay. All right, Mama Oshun, what else? What else you want them to know? Okay. You be surprised. Ooh, okay. King of Cups is a merman with two fins. It kind of is giving Starbucks, child. Okay. So I don't know. I get this sometimes in my readings as well. Like probably for the last 10 years, I've been getting like this message that some of you guys could meet someone at a coffee shop that you go to, and it does not have to be Starbucks. That's just like a commercial, like Dunkin' Donuts and shit like that. There's a commercial type of, that doesn't mean that that's the only coffee shop, right? Um, it seems real casual, okay? So when you stop overgiving and start receiving, the magic that comes through is you're more relaxed in your body. You don't give a fuck. There's something about like truly like in your body, like you might say, you don't give a fuck, but then your energy carries the weight that you do. Not like care in a way of like, oh, I care about what everybody thinks about me, but carry the weight of like, don't fuck with me, leave me alone. I'm not the one to be messed with. It's like a tense body language, or just very close off, kind of timid, like don't look at me, don't talk to me, what do you want? Um, this is an energy that brings about a relaxedness in the body and ease. Um, just like comfort in your shoulders are relaxed. I'm seeing more crossing of the legs. So some of you guys, you don't cross your legs. Not saying that you have to, but that could be a sign as well. Like um, when you shift the over giving in certain capacities. You may not overgive in general, like just everybody, I'm just giving to everything. You could overgive and maybe not in romantic relationships, but you overgive in friendships, or you overgive in family dynamics, you overgive at work. Um, it's something with that, there's a relaxed energy that you come into. And I do get for males or masculine energies a softness within your emotional self. So when you stop over giving and receiving, you actually are more emotionally available and open, maybe to yourself. You're not as guarded. You're not trying to guard your emotions. And this could be an effect of like the people that harmed you and used you, cause you to be a little bit more emotionally closed and harsher when you're actually someone that their emotions flow, where you don't put a dam in the middle of your ocean and hope that it's going to block your, because you can't put a dam in the ocean and just think that it's not going to flow. Like fuck that dam, the ocean going to like ride over the top of that, like burst that bitch out the way. So yeah. And some masculine energies too, I feel when you stop over giving, overextending your energy, um, and you allow yourself to receive, some of your relationships with other masculine energies benefit. Some of you guys, you need a masculine energy that has like this emotional capacity to just like they accept and feel themselves, they feel into their emotions. They have the capacity to allow people to feel what they feel, to hold space and compassion, but not like to where it oversteps their boundaries. Like this is a healthy masculine energy, healthy emotional energy. There's a card hide and I didn't even see it. Yeah, we got a lot of water energy coming through for real this show. Let's see what else. I'm pulled from the Oracle deck now. Okay, Mama Oshun. My mom is crazy. What the fuck she just texted me? Oh, okay. Oshun of the soil, grounding, stability, and nurturing. So again, this kind of to me, and then at the yeah, and then you have Oshun of cosmic surrender, letting go, acceptance, and detachment. It's like spirit saying, fuck that right now. Whatever it is that's stressing you out, whoever it is, right now, it's like, fuck that. If you've been pushing too hard towards a thing and you're just meeting with resistance, or it's just like you're getting to the point of fed up energy, or you feel like nothing's changing, that is a sign to just like, you know what, fuck this, and allow the inner, it's like that's what you need. That's where the transformation comes in. And for some of you at night, something about maybe like at night you might experience some sort of like, you know, I'm tired, I'm fed up, like um there's some sort of breakthrough at night, something transform at night for you. So this is to bring you to a place of surrender and to like be still and rest in your energy where you're not pushing. It's like, you know, the frustration of when you want things to happen right now, right here and right now, you want to figure it out, you want the resolution, the solutions, and you're just not finding it, you're just not getting there. It's just like nothing's changing, nothing's shifting. That is a sign for you to stop where you're at and take a break. Okay? It's not a manifestation of something is wrong or that you need to push harder. Sometimes it's like you need to loosen up the grip and just allow, because flow happens not by force, not by control. It's the energy that just does, right? So going back to the whole damn thing where it's like something in the middle of your flow, instead of pushing and kicking and getting frustrated with yourself trying to get it out of the way, it's like this water has to go somewhere. It is going to flow and it's going to work itself out. And I know, like, as people that have to be on go, that have to be constantly figuring it out, and that mentally, um mentally, that energy, when you're constantly like trying to stimulate yourself with problems and trying to figure it out, and oh, I got to do this next, and oh, okay, there's one more thing to worry about. Even if it's things that come to you, like things outside of your control, like, okay, here comes another fucking bill, or okay, here comes my family with some bullshit, here comes this person with this, or a stranger doing this. Your Philip Spirit's trying to teach you how to master your emotions, in a sense that, not to say that you're not human and just ignore it, go in a corner and woosah, nam yoho renge kyo your way out of it, or pray, get on your oh Jesus, Jesus, Lord Jesus, and it just goes away. But to handle it from a space where you don't allow it to take your peace from you, you know. And this is like where the grounding comes in. Like, okay, grounding is not always some, not like going out in the trees, planting your feet in the soil and saying, oh, Mother Nature, we're connected, woosah, namaste. It's not always that. Sometimes it's like grounding is you sitting with yourself and saying, okay, I don't have to answer this text message right now. I don't need to deal with this bill right now. I know I got to pay it at such and such time. I am not going to wreck my brain at this very moment trying to figure out how I'm going to take care of this or answer this phone call right now that's stressing me out, or these people at my job. Um, I don't have to deal with it. There's a healthy way to deal with it where it's not avoidance, but in a way that's like it's not taking your peace from you. It's not taking up your time and your attention, your mental space. You know, some things are like, okay, is this person coming to me with something that I can actually help them with? Or are they coming to me just to trauma dump? And in that case, like, yeah, I can hold space for you, but if I'm not in the space, I don't got to listen to this shit. You know, what's the proper way that I can respond back to this, or when I'm ready to respond back to this? You know, do I really need to combat somebody that's coming at me talking crazy, talking shit, or is it just best to just let them argue with themselves? You know what I mean? Like, you got to pick your battles wisely, because certain battles take away peace. You win the battle. Sometimes when you don't even show up to the fight, it's just like, oh, okay, it's like that. It's like, yeah, you're not worth the battle. You're not worth the fight. Or this thing that I'm stressed about, it is not worth my peace right now. Okay. What else? Yeah, some of y'all need to get you some green in your life, some greenery, or eat more greens. Because it is going to get to a place where you just laugh at things. It's like it's going to roll off your back. It's going to roll off your back. You're not going to care anymore. All right, anyway, so that's that. Because I know some of y'all probably partying. Y'all don't give a fuck about this reading at all. So anyway, yeah, that's another thing too. I'm gonna stop overextending myself in readings, because some motherfuckers just don't give a fuck. They don't support, they don't like, they don't share. I just don't have the energy for it. So let's tap into the ritual now. And then we'll do the Venus on the block reads. So if you guys are interested in the Venus in the block reads, it is in the description. If you scroll down a little bit, there's 9 different readings that you can choose from. They're $22 each. Via Cash App or PayPal, please leave the number of the reading that you would like me to pull on for you. I will have a timestamp next to each person's each participant's name, so you can come back and watch this reading whenever you would like to. Okay. Um. Yeah. So let's get into the sweetening ritual. Okay. Now, this is not for everyone. Take it with a grain of salt. Some of you guys, if you're not into these sorts of things, you are not obligated by any means to partake in something that you're not into or don't feel called to. I do not push rituals and spell work on people that are not mentally in the space to do it, or may not just be. Some people are just not called to that type of stuff. So I do respect people's space and boundaries, and also put out a cautionary heads up that um, not everyone should be working as a spiritual practitioner in certain things, especially if their intentions are not right, or they don't have or utilize, I should say, their discernment with things like, okay, this is something I should do, this is something I shouldn't be doing. They don't reinforce the proper type of spiritual protection that they need, um, with certain things. So this is not to be used to manipulate other people's free will. Okay. So with the sweetening spell, this is a small ritual that you guys can do. You can either use a small mirror, like a compact mirror, or like a bowl of water. Okay. You're gonna need some honey, or you can use sugar if you don't have access to honey, or maybe even some maple syrup, preferably like some pure maple syrup if you can find it. A yellow candle or a gold candle. Okay. Um, and then if you want to use flowers, Oshun resonates with sunflowers, so you can use sunflowers or marigolds, or maybe even like daisy, something yellow, yellow roses. Um, and then if you would like as well, cinnamon is also a great ingredient for Oshun energy as well. You can use gold glitter, you can use orange pills, or you can use like um, Oshun oil. You can find that as well, or you can make your own. Um, I made some, but it doesn't smell exactly as like this oil that I buy. There's a particular. I'm gonna get it real quick. Hold on. Let me, as a reference. It is from the Art of Root. The Art of Root is a really good company, but I buy my Oshun oils from them, and I try to kind of duplicate the ingredient on my own, but it doesn't smell exactly like it. But you can. Things that are made with your hands are very powerful as well. More powerful when you make your own shit. If you feel led to do that, if you have the energy, because not everyone feels called to stuff like that. So if not, you can find you some ocean oil somewhere. Trust it. Like I said, Art of Roots is a good place to get your oils. So what you're going to do, as I always state, make sure that you are in a quiet space when you do this, where you're not going to be interrupted. It's going to be just a place where you can quiet and zone in and focus on your intention, right? Because you don't want any distractions during your ritual, right? Like that just disrupts the energy. You don't need that. So if you got to turn your phone off, put it on do not disturb, tell people, hey, I'm doing something. Don't bother me, if you can. Or a time where you're alone or everyone's asleep, whatever. If you are by yourself, you know how to create your space and your time. So you can light yourself a white standby candle, call on your divine team, your ancestors. You can smudge the space and or get you some Florida water. You're gonna anoint your hands, your head, ears, your throat, your neck, your heart, your feet. Did I say hands? I think that was the first thing I said. But you want to anoint yourself as a spiritual form of protection. Get you some incense, some dragon blood is good for protection. Um, and just kind of have that in your space, in your vicinity, so that you're not distracted. Some people, I do encourage it oftentimes, like mostly when you're doing like heavy spiritual work, like cleansing, banishing, shit like that, to cover your head with some sort of wrap, like a white scarf, preferably. But if you're anointing your head and all of that, and that's your reinforcement. So you're gonna make your space quiet, zen, covered, protected, sealed, in whatever ways that you do it, however you do it. You don't have to take my suggestions, however you do it or been doing it. So you're gonna take your candle, your yellow or your gold candle. Um, I like to cleanse my candles first as well. You can wash them with some salt water real quick, or just take some sink water, speak over them, pray over the water, or you can take some Florida water, wipe it down, or spray over it. You can even smudge it around on the inside of it, and then um, anoint your candle. So you can anoint your candle if you have Oshun oil, or you make your own, or you can anoint it with honey and then put some cinnamon around it. I do this. This is just what I do, not everybody, but if I'm putting something in my candle, like for Oshun, you don't want to put too much shit in there, because it does mess with the flame, and sometimes it makes it like black, like smoky. And that's not always an indication of something negative happening. It's just like you put too much shit in there. So sometimes I'll take like sunflower petals, some cinnamon, and put that in my candle. And then around the rim, I'll anoint it with honey and then sprinkle it with cinnamon. And then if it sticks, put some sunflowers if you don't want to put it on the inside. But I put the honey, or I put the honey on the outside with the cinnamon, and I put inside of my candle sunflowers and sometimes cinnamon too. Um, you can use orange peels as well, like a small slither of orange as well, but you don't have to. Or you can get an orange, cut it in half as an offering to Oshun, and you can stick a yellow chime candle in the middle of your orange too. So like um You can take like the orange, stick your yellow chime or gold chime candle in there, anoint the candle, put some honey, like drench the honey around the orange, sprinkle it with some cinnamon. If you feel led to, put sunflowers on it, but you don't have to do all of that. If you don't have honey, again, you can use maple syrup. Okay. Taste the honey. You're working with Oshun, taste the honey first before you do. Okay. So once you have anointed your candle or your offering, um, you're going to look at yourself in that mirror or that water, that bowl that you created, and you're going to speak to it because a mirror is a portal. And it's almost like a timeline jump. You're looking at you in the mirror. It's like you're looking at yourself from another view and you're speaking to you. You're speaking to that part of you, or you can speak to the future self for you. So it's like the prophetic act here. If you're using the water, you want to gaze into that water because as you speak to water, water holds very powerful vibration as it's also a portal. So you're going to say something along the lines, I am the sweetness, I am the beauty, I am the wealth, I am the water that they need. And again, this is where I want to caution y'all again, do not say this shit to manipulate people's free will. That is not what the fuck we doing. Okay? We're not doing that. We are not talking about some, oh, they gonna respect me, like Kaya, respect me. We're not doing that, okay? This is just in general, like generally speaking, like anybody that comes into my territory, they gonna respect my energy. Okay. Um, Offer the sunflower and other items that you're guided to Oshun, like I said, and then you can seal it with your own voice, your own breath. Um, you can me personally, I don't blow tobacco smoke in Oshun's offerings and stuff like that. Some people do that with certain altars, certain orishas and stuff. I don't do that. I don't feel led to do that to her energy. I just don't resonate with that. Um, but if I don't know, that's up to you. But if you want to just simply breathe life into your candle or to your offering, you can state your intention. It could be other intentions because this is to embrace, and I would say this is perfect to do like on Thursday or Friday. Any work around abundance, anything around shifting and altering, like spiritual blocks in the way of your fate, your destiny, your gifts, your visibility. Venus Day, self love energy, tapping into your magnetism, celebrating yourself, celebrating different aspects of your energy. Yeah. So you're going to want to um, set your intentions over your candle, over your offerings, and what you're channeling or charging them to do for you. Okay. And you can breathe over it and say, if they forget, let the drought remind them. In other words, let my absence be a reminder. I go where I'm seen, I go where I'm loved and appreciated. I rise where I'm seen and wanted, so on and so forth, appreciated, whatever. You can use your own words. If you like to also tap into music as frequency magic and work, to raise the vibration and frequency of what you're doing, you can listen to certain songs, like songs that speak about, like maybe Sade, like Sade's music, Sweetest Taboo, some Beyonce songs, songs that like make you feel sensual, make you feel empowered, um, talk about your softness, bring you into that softness unapologetically, like that type of energy. Yeah. So whatever affirmations you feel guided to, I am that flavor to be tasted. I am the feast to be honored, something like that. I don't chase, I sweeten. Those who can't cherish the sweetness will be left to their thirst or some shit like that. You ain't playing about you no more. Okay. So that is the sweetening ritual. Okay. Very simple. You don't gotta do too much. Straight to the point. Straight to the point. Okay, so we're gonna get into the Venus on the block read. So let me update and put timestamps as well. So, and then I'll put the names of everyone in the chat so you guys know where I'm at. So if you guys would like a Venus on the block reading, it's 9 different readings for you to choose from for $22. And these are self-love reads, fun though. They like fun, topics and shit like that. It's not nothing heavy, hopefully not. Sometimes, like I said, my readings can kind of get into that sometimes. Little heaviness sometimes. But it's for our highest good, right? Okay. So yeah, if you guys want to participate in the Venus on the block reads, they're $22 via Cash App or PayPal. Just make sure that you leave in the notes section the number of the Venus on the block. So let me put the menu up so you guys can see. If you can see, can y'all see that? Hopefully y'all can see that. Let me know if you guys can see it. Okay. All right. I have like the worst headache ever right now. Oh my God. Okay. All right. So here is the list. Ashley, I don't know which one you're asking for. I don't think you left it in the notes section. I don't know because no one's watching right now. So I don't even know um what one Ashley wanted. I have no idea. Okay. Okay. So like I said, I don't know. Um, Once I get to Ashley, hopefully she'll be on because I don't know which one she wants. Because there's like 9 different ones. All right. Let me see. So yeah, if you guys are interested, make sure that you guys check the description. If you can't see the menu on the screen, like there's 9 Venus reads, 1 through 9. So you can choose which one resonates with you. They're all $22, so there's no difference in the pricing. They're all the same. Hold on. I'm gonna put it on the chat. Okay, let me see. I'm not gonna let me put all this stuff in here. Hold on. Yeah, this might be like too much, but just so you guys can see where to go if you guys would like your Venus on the block read. Okay. All right, so let's get started. Briana, your timestamp is 1 hour, 19 minutes, 26 seconds. Okay. All right, so yours is reading number 6. Okay. So reading number 6 is spoiled by spirit. All right, I just need to cleanse the energy real quick. All right, where is all my shit now? I'm never prepared. Like, where is my stuff at? Okay, hold on. Way over here. I'm like, girl. Okay. Same tarot deck and same oracle deck. We're still going to use the Oshun Secrets of Paradise Tarot. All right, so Divine Spirit. What is it that Briana, what she needs to know in regards to her blessings and ways that Divine Spirit and her divine team are looking to support her, bless her? Spirit, how are you currently trying to shower Briana with love and abundance and favor at this time? At this time, how are you currently trying to shower Briana with love, abundance, and favor? Okay. So this is there's a few energies coming through. A lot of masculine energy, male energy. So like could be father energy, your father's bloodline, but I'm getting more so like the males or masculine. It could even be on your mother's side, but there's one in particular. It's a very older male energy that I feel like daily spirit shows you through a form of some sort of supportive energy. It could be your own dad's energy, actually. I know comida means food, but I'm it's registering as comedian, and I know your dad is funny. I feel like in some way, like spirit uses your dad to show you that you're supported and loved in different ways. It may not always be like on a material level, tangible, but like his presence could show up right when you need it or something like that, or he says something funny right when you need the pick me up. So it's something with your dad. Um I'm hearing food for the soul. Yeah. Spirit may be wanting to bless you. Is like there's something that you're walking into, like it could be a new path. You might be scared to walk towards something. It's like a new path, or it's an unknown, or yeah, it's like an unknown, unfamiliar space that you're walking into. It could be fear about the future, something about the fear of the future as a collective. Like you might be worried about the collective's future in some way, but like your spiritual team is taking you where other people have not been, not in a bad way. It's like they're showing you things that maybe people don't have access to. This guide kind of looks like Mayan or Aztec. Mm. It's some sort of indigenous tribal energy, but it feels like it's a Latin country. I think it could be the Tayanos, hope I'm saying that right. The people's ancestors. Yeah, it's like something like spirit, your divine team, your ancestors, they're showing you things that other people don't have access to. And it might be scary, like, okay, well, no one else is doing this, no one else is talking about this, no one else is, it's scary at first, but it's some abundance. There's something abundant to that. Your ancestors are very wise. I'm hearing Holy Land now. Spirit, how are you planning on spoiling Briana? Secret. I can't make this shit up, child. You got Oshun of secrets, mystery, hidden knowledge, wisdom. These could be prophecies. These could be like your gifts expanding, but it's like in a way that you're going to use it in the territory that you're not used to, and you might be scared. Like, I don't, or you just may feel intimidated, feel like you're not ready. You're not, or you don't see. Like, Spirit saying you have to have tunnel vision, a tunnel vision. It's like gifts. You might be guided to bless somebody that you, I don't know, this could be like a person, a young person, someone younger than you that you feel like has a gift or something. You might feel called to bless them or pour into them or gift them something. This is a younger person. So like you're extending your gift. So this is not just spirit spoiling you, and as a result, they're going to spoil you because they're taking you on some sort of journey. I'm not sure how to explain this, but they're taking you on a journey. Um, yeah, it's something with kids. I don't know if possums, you resonate with possums or something with the animal totem possum, but you and children, there's something with that. Um, you blessing children in some way or a child that you feel connected to. Something that you have is some sort of knowledge, wisdom. Spirit might like you might get a blessing to go somewhere, to travel somewhere. Your ancestors are calling you to go to a particular place. This same ancestors, like, I'm taking you in a space that no one else has gone, and you might be afraid of what it is, but it's like you're called to something. It's a calling, and it's going to lead you to bless a child. This child could be in another country. Yeah. So spirit is going to like make a way for you to go somewhere, to travel, some sort of like spiritual trip. Like it might be like, I just feel guided, like you're gonna have a good time and stuff like that, but it's deep. It's more than just like the surface. Oh, I'm just going on a little trip. So yeah, spirit wants you to be open to receive this. It has something to do with like a gift, a vision, or maybe you already know what this is, but you just don't know how it's gonna, like, how is it gonna happen. Like, that part is not your concern. Like, spirit doesn't want you to worry about the how, you know. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing for you, sis. I hope that makes sense when you hear it. Hopefully it resonates. Much love. I appreciate you for donating to the reading. Okay. All right. So, Miss Christina, you are up next. Let's get your timestamp. Okay. So, Christina, you have the rich in spirit and rich in cash, which is to tap in into what's blocking your abundance. So, we're gonna tap into what are the hidden blocks and then how to align with it. Give me 1 second. 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, so all right. Nova, don't be coming in and out of here, girl. All right, so what is the hidden block standing in between you and your divine prosperity? Divine spirit, we clear out previous energies and messages with love, light, and peace. This information tap into Christina's energy. What are the hidden blocks standing between her and her divine prosperity? What is the block standing between her and her divine prosperity? And it's like you have dreams or visions of what you want, but it's like the block could be like when you think about these things, it could even be literally like a dream that you have or that you remember that stuck with you. Um, like you can see some sort, it's like a dream you don't understand fully. It could be very symbolic. Um, it could show like someone in a dream, like a woman, someone that feels familiar, but you may not know them in your waking life. Um, kind of showing you something or celebrating. There's something with dance, celebration. But for some reason, it's like you perceive that what you want is hard to reach. It's not that you don't believe that it could be possible, but you're maybe making it something that's distant from you. It could even be too like you um feel like if you do something enough, someone is going to bless you. Not saying that that can't happen, but that could be a block as well. Like until then, or the possibility of this, then it'll happen. Another thing too is I feel like um, you know what stands in between you and your divine prosperities, and it's not just financially, but it's like um, could even be something with love, like your happiness, your joy. It's almost like some sort of level of your happiness or joy is on hold. And as long as you're seeing it as something that's distant, that's the block. Spirit wants you to dance, celebrate now. So maybe not literally dance, but to celebrate, to be, find something to be joyful, to celebrate about. Um, yeah, something to celebrate. Okay. What else, Spirit? Mm, okay, what could she do to align? I'm not taking all these motherfucking cards. Yeah, it's like there's cords that you need to cut. It's time for spiritual cleansing. Cause it's like there's things that you long for, but it's like you gotta find passion and desire. Like your desires have to be your fuel, not your ache. Does that make sense? Like it's almost like whatever you desire, it feels like like it feels like an ache rather than something that fuels you, that sparks you. And that's what I feel like the Oshun energy cards are kind of insinuating. Um, listen to yourself and you'll find the conflict and the resolution at once. So there's something about liberating yourself by cord cutting in a, I don't know what, I'm not getting what it is that you need a cord cut. But you also have the Oshun cleansing rain, so emotional release, healing, and renewal. If you're able to collect some rainwater, it's so funny because I was trying to do that the other day, but it wasn't raining worth a damn. It was like sprinkles. But if you can gather enough rainwater, maybe pour it into your bath, like take a spiritual bath, pour it in there with the intention of like cleansing and renewal, because especially during the summer rain is used in holy waters. I learned this from a Hoodooist. Holy water she uses, but she said May, the month of May specifically, she said is the best rain to use to make holy water. But summer rain has this energy of renewal behind it, that spiritual cleanse. So if you're able to, or if you're just guided to take a spiritual bath with the intent of cleansing and renewal, because spirit is like saying it's the block to your divine prosperity. And prosperity, I'm not getting just like financial, but like anything that you feel like will add to your life, will enrich your life, make you happy, make you feel alive. The only block is that there's some part of you that perceives that it's at a distance from you, that it's not close, that it's not possible right now, or so. It's like something that you feel like is out in the distance when it's not. It's not out in the distance. you know so again, I just keep getting this reference, like I keep picking up, looking at this desire card, Oshun, Oshun's desire, that your desire is not for you to long and to ache, but it should be the thing that fuels you, that gives you passion, that gives you joy, excitement, something to look forward to. And they're like, naturally, like, it's not always easy to stay there. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you feel like, oh, I'm just being delusional, I'm wasting my time, like, but no. Spirit is like, find the balance. Your desire should not be your ache. It should be what fuels you. And I feel like that's very powerful, because when you're in that energy of expectancy and it's like, oh, I can't wait till this happens. Oh, I can't wait to, cook in my new kitchen and this and that, or, me and my man, what, I don't know, girl, whatever, whatever it is, or when I have that money, I'm going to take care of this, I'm going to do this. And I'm just like, you're manifesting. It's not delusional, or you're catching up to something that's already there. You're just aligning with it. Okay. All right. Not delusional. It's not far fetched. Damn it. Okay. So, Ashley, I don't know which one you want, girl. I don't know which one you want. Because I know you want a Venus read, but I don't know what specific one you want. But Christina, I hope that was helpful, sis. I hope it resonates or makes sense or spoke to something that because it kind of feels like to an extent, like the block, or how you block your blessings or your prosperity, or certain, maybe specific ones, maybe not everything, but certain things. Okay. So I don't know. Ashley's not on here. I'm gonna have to email her because I don't know where she is. Are they serious? Where in the world? Where is it at? I don't know why they're doing this. This is some craziness. Mm. Yeah, I might. Um, let me see. I'm gonna make sure she. Let me see. She said, "Yeah, I don't see which one she got." Yeah, I don't know. I don't see her. Okay. Yeah, she's gonna have to email me because I don't see it. I don't know. Ashley, which one you wanted? There's like 1 through 9 Venus reads that you can choose from, or topic that you can choose from. So yeah, the near where you at, girl? Where'd you go? Okay. All right. Well, I think that's going to conclude it because I can't do the reading if I don't know what she's asking. So yeah. So I emailed you, Ashley. Ever you are, girl. I emailed you so you can just hit me back. Let me know what you want to do because I can't proceed if I don't know which one you're reading. Yeah. So if that's all for tonight, nobody wants a Venus on the block read. That will conclude this live. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Enjoy your holiday wherever you guys are in the world. If you celebrate it or you just doing it just because it's fun, you just want something to do, you want to eat. I feel you on that. Much love to you guys. As always, y'all be blessed, be safe, take care, peace.